So I was about to leave here without. I was about to leave here without doing this video because I forgot, but I remembered. So this series that I'll be putting out is called "Find Your Fire." It's gonna be heavy. Let me see if I can clip this somewhere. Oh, I feel like I'm messing up the mic audio. Yeah. So it's gonna be heavy fire related. This year is 2026. I seen something about year of the horse fire or whatever the fuck, but dang, it doesn't do me. Maybe you do, but I am a Sagittarius, so I am half horse. We are in a water thing, and find your fire. What I wanted to say was I was telling it to someone else earlier into a voice note, and I was like, let me make this into a video slash audio thing. And I like how I look right now. The shades, I'm a little whatever. Find your fire. For the past couple of months, I've been feeling like my fire has been dimmed. What does that mean? It just means that's like I haven't been able to. It doesn't feel like I'm maximizing the space that I actually take up. I felt dim. I'm feeling small. I'm feeling not fully me. You know, I'll wake up some days and I'm like, damn, that's just not who I am. Who am I for real? Really confused. Like, what am I doing? Am I sure? I'm not sure of myself, and all of these things just kind of rising up inside me. And I'm like, damn. And I think I concluded it to like not having that fire that I used to have. And there's a bunch of reasons why the fire could have been dimmed or put out, right? But there's a couple things that I know that brings that fire back because I've had this feeling before a couple years ago, and I know what does it for me. I know that working out brings that fire back. It's really just about movement. When all those emotions and feelings kind of get stuck, stagnant, then it's like it becomes a vortex. It starts sucking you inside, and you start to shrink, low key, because parts of you get stuck into this vortex of feelings that you're not fully expressing. That's just kind of stuck in one spot. It becomes a black hole. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. So moving, moving does the trick for me. Move, move, and love. Those two things has always done the trick for me. And I felt like I wasn't doing even that. I wasn't moving. I wasn't working out. I wasn't doing the things that I know I could do. And even and further, I wasn't even. I moved even less because I don't have a car at the moment. You know, I'm relying on other people to take me to and fro, and it sucks having to rely on someone else, having to rely on someone else's time. But you're also super grateful for these other people who are willing to even do that for you. So the point of this whole video, we have 4 minutes, but the point of this whole video is this one thing. Last week, literally Sunday, last week Sunday, I'm out here with my girl Phoenix, and we're at this track, right? We're at this park. We're at this track. We're working out. We're doing stretching. We're walking around. I'm running around. I did more running. I think I was on my final lap. On my final lap, she's like, "Remember, Josh, we gotta walk back." But I'm on my final lap, and I'm like, I'm past the halfway mark, but I'm like, I still got like a third of the way to go, right? And it's still a mind you, I'm running, not having stopped running, right? And it's burning. My legs are on fire, not the good kind of fire, right? My legs are burning, aching, and it feels like people they're just stabbing each and every muscle fiber that I have. my lungs being tore open. Every inhale is just like claws scratching at my lungs and my chest, you know, my throat dry as hell. The rest of my body kind of going limp, like, nah, we can't do this, we can't do this. But it's literally mind over matter at this point. Literally mind over matter. And there's this one moment where I'm like, no, I literally can't. I'm like, at this moment, I'm like, damn, I'm about to stop. I'm about to stop. Mind you, I haven't ran in I don't know how long, but I'm deciding to do this, and that's another problem of mine. But we're not gonna get into that. But I'm running, and I'm like, I'm about to stop. I'm about to stop. Like I said, I'm a quarter of the way there. I'm past the halfway mark. I'm a quarter, not a quarter. Yeah, maybe at this point now, a quarter of the way there. Right? My girl's been walking. She's been walking around. I passed her a few times, but she's closer to the finish line than I am. I'm seeing her. I'm making little markers. Okay, Josh, you just got to make it to this part. Just got to make it to that part. Just got to make it to that part. My mind, now my mind is feeling the fatigue because I'm like, because body is done, mind is making up for the fatigue, for the body fatigue. Now my mind is becoming drained, is becoming is tired, and then there's this one moment of all of that ache gets expressed and released into a shout, bro. I scream at the top of my lungs. Like, I'm not gonna scream because the mic is really close, but I scream at the top of my lungs just out of fatigue, out of like, damn, I don't know if I can actually do this, and I don't want to stop, but I don't know if I could actually do this. And my girl, she turns around, she sees me, she's like looking back, now she's walking backwards, just like awaiting to greet me and embrace me, and I'm like, damn, now I really can't stop, right? I got something to prove, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm running. I'm like, and it's taking everything, every fiber of my being to not stop. But the point I want to and then so I eventually make it. I get to her, give her a high five, get to the finish line, done, stop, do my stretches and go. Excuse me. Golly, gotta let all that out. And there was a bunch of things that was going through my mind at the time, but one thing I want to highlight, because this is something I've been noticing more recently, especially in like my day-to-day things, and this particular thing has been coming up. That moment of ache, that moment of like where all my pain was just kind of sitting on top of me, and I let out that scream to kind of like push all that shit off. That moment right there, we experienced that moment so much throughout the day. It's so crazy because I've experienced it outside of here, outside of doing actual like physical work, but mental work. Uh, I forget what it was. I needed to do something, and I felt it was a small task too, but I felt that same ache, but it was mental, and I was like, wait, I know this feeling. I've overcome this feeling before. This isn't a new feeling. It's literally just that same ache that I was able to run through and get to the finish line. I had support, I had help, but now this is up to me to determine if I'm going to let this ache and pain be who I am. Am I just ache and pain, or am I overcoming ache and pain? What am I deciding to be? And I think that's the lesson that I've been needing to hear. Are you gonna wallow in your bullshit, or are you gonna actually do the shit? Right? Do the thing that's gonna make a difference in your life, and get to that finish line and do the thing, no matter how small or large the thing is. The task needs to be done, and that's just it. There's so many tasks that I have pending since last year, the year before, and it's like, damn, my mind. That's a whole another thing. But am I gonna repeat that person, or am I gonna be a person of, I feel this pain, I feel, and I'm gonna go back to the fire. Just one last thing before I cut the video off and go back home. That fire, something that's been recurring for me is going through the fire, going through the fire, going through the fire, going through the fire. through the fire, through the wire. All that shit. I can't sing, but that ache, that pain, that heaviness is literally that first step into that fire. It's gonna burn. It hurts. It sucks, right? And you gotta walk through it. So every step is gonna equally suck. But it's the idea of getting to the other side. Now you've overcome that fire. Now that fire becomes a part of you. That fire now becomes something that you can use for the next thing, right? I'm using this fire that I got from running to overcome like small tasks around the house. You get what I'm saying? And a small tasks like little things like that. So taming taming one fire allows the next fires to be a lot more potent. That uncomfortableness, learning how to sit with that, learning how to become that, learning how to like, okay, well, this is here. I'm here. Let's overcome this. Let's overcome this. Let's get to the next part. Let's see what's on the other side. And then you grow from that. But that's all I got to say. I write about this, and catch you later.